What would happen if you put all the automated technologies together and made a CG short that wasn't animated and wasn't modeled by hand? Modeling of faces, the indoor location, and costumes was attempted using laser scanning. Characters' body and facial animations were recorded using a motion capture system. We're using simulations for organics like fire, cloth, water, wind. This will be one of the coolest projects you've ever seen. My name is Daniel Morrison. I work for a company called Remnant Studios. And we are creating a vendor showcase project that we are using to create an amazing CG production. The goal of that CG production is to use as little traditional hand animation or hand modeling as possible and rely heavily on automated processes like motion capture or laser scanning to acquire 3D models and that sort of thing. We used 2 laser scanners, the laser line probe with the scan arm and FARO's LS scanner. The line probe was used to scan faces of performers to turn them into 3D characters. And then the LS was used to scan an entire location and turn it into a computer-generated or CG set. We can use this data anytime in the future if we want to use these characters on another production or use the same set in a totally different production. The value is there and the quality is great. So we could use it over and over and again. And ideally, we'd like to eventually be doing having libraries of sets that we can reuse as much as we need. We would have either had to image model the whole thing from scratch, which is just take a bunch of photos and use that as references to basically build the geometry from scratch by hand, or we would have just built it by scratch, from scratch by hand, just out of our imaginations, have to do concept art and then just build it from there, having a team of modelers, texture artists, putting all that together. In this case, we use a laser scanner and we're able to get the location, and then we can use photos as textures. The FARO laser line scanner and the scan arm gave us a great degree of detail. We were just kind of using it in a run and gun type of an approach where we have the people, the performers, staying as still as possible and we're scanning them. But it has a great deal of accuracy. Then the LS was used. We love it because it's got a great range, so I can scan a larger area of location and create larger 3D models as sets, so the distance primarily for the LS.
Well, the LS uses an infrared laser, and it scans using a laser that's running at 768 nanometers, which is bright at the beginning of the infrared wavelength. It's an invisible light, scans the area at very high speed, and it basically collects a point every millimeter or less. What we get is a point cloud, and we're usually collecting like millions of points, so typically we'll have like a 41 million point cloud scan.
It was really interesting scanning with the FARO scanner, the LS. It's a lot of data. I'm a resolution nut, of course. I love more data, more accuracy, because I can always compress it, always optimize it on the back end or at the end of the project when it's being kicked out to my 3D modeling app, which is great. It's one of the reasons you're looking for it, is to have all that data. But the possibilities of what you can accomplish in a short period of time are greatly enhanced, and it's very reasonable to see how you could have a huge cost benefits from a pipeline like this with a FARO scanner.